With all of the things that we have access to on the internet, doing research on our prospects is easy, but there is a huge trap that you can fall into if you're not aware of it. That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Come on, let's go talk. In today's digital era, we have so much information available to us at our fingertips. We can find anything at all out about a prospect, a client, literally anything but one. And that one thing can create a massive trap for you as you begin a new relationship. You want to guess what it is? It's your prospect's perception of themselves. See, we can tell them what we think about them. We can go and do a bunch of research and come to our own conclusions and go in and offer them all kinds of things we can do to fix all of the problems we've uncovered. The problem is it gets really uncomfortable when they don't see that they have a problem. We engage with the sick at Florida Risk Partners. It's no secret. It's what I teach you guys to do in the middle market. But we have a proven tool that allows us to know what our prospects think of themselves before we go in and tell them what we think of them. When we bring in a new account, one of the very first things we do is a baseline risk assessment. It's a physical loss control visit on our agency side. Now, there are times that I'll outsource to a professional if it's industry specific and really needs some help, but most of the time this is something that we can do, and it's relatively easy because it's conversational and it involves us interviewing executive leadership, mid-level management, and frontline employees. We ask them a series of questions and we ask them to grade themselves from 1 to 10, and that gives us an idea of perception. Then we can take all of the executive responses and average them out per line item so that they know where they see things and give an overall score. That's the average at the bottom. Do the same thing with mid-level management and the same thing with the frontline workers. That is like taking an open book final. I know exactly what everybody in the organization thinks about that organization's performance before I ever go in and tell them what I think about it. My message can be tailored exactly the way it needs to be because I have powerful information. I know what they think. If I have somebody that's a 4 out of 10 and they think they're an 8 out of 10, that's not going to be a comfortable conversation if I don't know that they think they're an 8 out of 10. There's been plenty of times where I've had to deliver my message much more softly than I normally would, simply because I have a client whose self-perception has a massive separation gap from where we feel they are. In like kind, we've also had to go in and encourage some prospects who are a little bit harder on themselves than what they should have been. We rate them like a 6 or a 7 and they think they're a 2 or a 3. Well, if you're too hard on yourself, that's not going to help the cause either. So what I'm challenging you to do is to take the extra 2 minutes in your agency in 2021 and create a prospect self-perception tool that you can use to get that information on the front end so you always know where that gap is. Because if that gap is too big and you don't know about it, your deal is going to fall into it and you're out of luck. If you can take the time to create this and then flawlessly execute it with you and your producers in 2021, you're going to absolutely kill it in commercial insurance.